All right, today we are learning more legal expertise with.
I had to bring him.
Oh yeah, get on over.
Bite, Justin.
You guys typically put me on the side. I didn't know I've been here long enough now. I get to come behind.
You get to come behind. You get to come. Justin Peterson
it.
is here with us, y'all, and he's hanging out.
I don't even have to introduce our third co-host because he comes here so often. We love to find out legal advice. So we are talking about weather and everything that has happened. But I have a question before we jump into the weather-related questions.
Sure.
A lot of people are having medical issues, and so if there is a situation where a medical situation happens, let's say someone had a stroke while driving a vehicle, who's liable?
Well, so a lot of that has to turn on foreseeability, and so for some people it is foreseeable that they may have some stroke or other problem or other issue, and in fact a lot of victims of stroke or other head injuries, they're taking off the ability to drive for a period of time. They actually lose their license for a period of time. Now, of course, if you drive and you know that's foreseeable, then you can be held liable. However, Kentucky does have a defense, you know, for unforeseen situations like that. And so if you encounter an unforeseen situation, you have no idea. It's called the blackout defense is what it's called. And so those are things we look at when we're looking at cases. And if we just have no idea we're going to have a stroke or blackout or something happens and it's truly unforeseen, you do have a defense that will relieve you from any liability for the accident.
Okay, now that is very interesting.
Yeah.
So even if somebody is, taking meds for it, but they've never had any issues, but let's say they're on blood pressure meds, they're on cholesterol meds, can that be held against them?
So and that's where the gray area lies. That's where we live, right? If I'm representing the injured victim of that, I'm going to argue, yes, you're taking all these meds, you're trying to prevent these issues from happening. It is foreseeable something might happen, right? But the defense attorney in that case is going to argue, no, it's not foreseeable. We haven't truly had this. I'm doing this to prevent. And so how a jury finds, that's why we have juries.
Wow, that's incredible.
That is amazing.
Sure.
And so I know we've also been talking about weather, Jim.
Oh yeah, weather. I mean, it's a big issue. It's a hot ticket item here in Fayette County.
And you're responsible for it.
Yes, he is. Yes. I said that.
And you said I can be held liable?
Well, I don't know, but if it's true that you're manipulating the weather,
I'm concerned for you. You were watching.
He's one of those theories.
He was watching. Okay. He was watching a minute ago. But a lot of folks that they're upset the kids aren't back in here in Fayette County, for example. But some of these neighborhood roads are still very icy. Let's say the kids go.
Sure.
All right, Justin, they go, and something happens because of roads that are covered in ice. Well, break this down for us.
Sure. Well, the first thing on my mind, so the factual scenario you presented on my mind is Fayette County says we're going to have school. We know there's some dangerous situations and someone gets hurt either by a bus crash or something like that. First off, the board has absolute immunity over discretionary decision making, and so they are immune from situations that involve any discretion. Individuals who make these decisions have something a little different called qualified immunity, and how that turns on, I'm going to bore all your viewers though, is these individuals who make discretionary decisions, they still have that immunity. However, if they deviate from what's called a ministerial duty, these are things you have to do. It's in writing, it's in the policy, and then you don't do that or you fail to do that appropriately, you no longer have immunity, and that's why it's called qualified as opposed to absolute immunity. So all that's going to be real fact specific. I have heard that there are some significant situations with the buses, which is why I imagine they did call off school, which is so frustrating to parents. I have 3 kids, and so anytime they're at home, it's chaos in our house, and so I understand the frustrations. But there are legal issues that can come from that for sure.
Safety, that's what it's about at the end of the day. For more information, JustinPetersonLaw.com. You can talk over there with some folks 24 hours a day. Justin, appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
Or just clearly drive around town in Fayette County. You'll see his face everywhere.
He's everywhere. And right now he's at KYT.